Hello everyone. Today we will present the result of our analysis of government industry. First, let me introduce our team. Our team has 3 team members, me, Winnie, and Ada, and I am Yuko. As a team of experienced data analysts, we bring a diverse range of technical expertise every project. Our skills in data mining, statistical analysis, and machine learning enable us to provide valuable insight and drive results for your organizations. And we are passionate about using data to solve complex business problems and believe that effective communication is the key to the success. And we have sophisticated and creative mindset that will make our analytic results stand out. We are committed to delivering high-quality work that exceeds your expectation. Our attention to details, dedication to meeting deadlines, and the cooperation approach will give you the confidence you need to inform the decisions. Thank you again for choosing us as your data analyst partners. Today, we will show the milestone of this month in 3 parts. Firstly, we will introduce our database, and then we will show our dashboard and mainly talk about 2 topics, and then we will show our future plan. This is our data view. As you can see, our data is multi-collate time series data with 1,197 rows and 14 columns with a total of 4 types of data. Sorry, it's 4 types: date, object, integer, and float. And there are certain numbers of missing values. And here is the height of our database. And then it's step for data clean. Firstly, we can see we use the Python for our data clean. We can see there are 3 departments in the department, but actually the finishing had twice. Then we replace the finishing space to finishing. And then we found that missing value are all from the finishing department in the column WIP, and the meaning of missing value is no exist. Then we use 0 to fill all missing value in column WIP. As the team is the numbers, but the numbers means the categorical data. Then we detype the column team for integer to the object. Then it's step for our data exploration. We find that our total data set is from the January 2015 to the March 2015. And in each week, workers work for 6 days, and from Saturday to Thursday, and Friday is an off day. And each month has separate quarter per week. And we have 12 separate teams, and each team have 2 separate departments. Okay, then I will show my dashboard. Can you see it?
Yes.
This is my dashboard, and this this data dashboard shows the production performance of entire company from January to mid-March 2015. This time, I will analyze the relationship between the current headcount arrangement and productivity, and make some recommendations for future headcount arrangements. Firstly, let's look at the overall performance of our employees. This is the target productivity is 72. Okay, sorry. I should choose all. And this is a target productivity is 72.96%. And our actual productivity is 73.51%. Overall, the employees performing well and productivity is meeting our expectations. Throughout the period, the company spent 25,000 incentive cost to reward the employees. And I add the 3 button at here. From this button, you can choose it, can see the different department, and this button you can see the different team. And if you want to see the specific day or period data, you can choose from here. And now, look at these 3 charts. The first chart shows the company currently has about 752 employees, with the screening department has a much larger number of employees than the finishing department. And the second graph shows the distribution of the worker in 12 teams, and the number of workers in 6 and 12. Team 6 and Team 12 is clearly smaller than other teams. And the last one shows a timeline of our whole database. We can see the January have 5 quarters, and February have 4 quarters, and March we have 2 quarters. Then let's look at the scatter plot. With the x-axis represents the number of employees, and the x-axis meaning the SMV. SMV indicates the time required to process a single product. And we can see that the overall processing speed of the finishing department is stable and low at around 5 minutes per product. And the screening department may have more processes, so their processing time is longer than the finishing department, more than 10 minutes per product. However, the processing speed of screening department is relatively decentralized, so we will focus on it for analyze. I will choose the screening department, and we can see from the box set diagram that on average it takes about 25 minutes to complete a product. Team 6, Team 11 and 12 have a little faster overall processing speed compared to other group. We can also see that many outliers even exceeded 40 minutes. And let's see the scatter plot again. There is always a faster processing speed when there are fewer employees, and conversely, at this scale, and conversely, it is more likely to have less efficiency when there are more employees. Outliers are all like this part. And use this bar chart and compare with this box plot, it is easy to see that Team 6 and Team 12 have smaller workforce and are very stable and more productive in a period of time. Finally, let's see the per capita rewards, this bar chart. We can see that the Team 6 and Team 12 are more efficient and have relatively high incentive, but the correlation between the efficiency and rewards is not very obvious. And perhaps we can consider that the rewards of mechanism can also be optimized. Then I will give some recommendation for the company. Okay, here is my recommendations. Although most team we can see from the dashboard, most team have more than 50 people. It is easy to see from the chart that teams with fewer employees perform constantly and more efficiently. Therefore, we should suggest that the company consider optimizing the team in terms of staffing. We think the finishing department is good. It's about 9 to 12 workers in each team, but we recommend that the screening department should assign workers to more group and keep each team size at 35 to 45 workers. That's all for my part. Let's welcome Winnie to share her presentation. Hello, Winnie. Hello. Hello, Winnie. Are you here?
Hello，哎呀，不行，Hello，听到吗？
可以听到，可以听到，现在。
哦，好，等我，sorry，刚才断了一下，应该是我的 screen 先稍，OK，好，可以看到吗？哎，
可以。
好，Okay. For my part, I focus on the motivation of the productivity. Okay, so the first one, from the last exploration, I found that it's a huge number of the worker in each team, even though they were in the same department, especially for the team 6 and the team 12, and the team 12 for the on the swimming department, and the number of workers were roughly 35, but the average number of the other team were 55 workers. For the Finnish team, the worker in the team 2 and the team 3 were more than the other teams. So I could like to find out the number of the worker will be a reason to impact the overtime and the SMV. We can find on the bottom, the left bottom chart, and the team 6 and the team 12 for the swimming team had a lower number of the overtime, and for the Finnish department, so they are more stable. And just the overtime for the team 2 and the 3 was slightly higher than others. We can find the same trends on the each month. The chart show the less worker in a team can reduce the chance of the overtime. Of course, the difficulty for the swimming part is higher than the Finnish part, so the swimming department will be easier to work overtime. The chart for the right-hand side, this one, will show the relationship between the WIP and the incentive with the two departments. The bar chart show the WIP with the two departments. So the orange one is the Finnish, and the green one is the swimming, and the line chart is show the incentives. From the chart, there is no WIP for in the Finnish department, except for except for the 1 day in the February. So other days are more stable for the swimming teams. In terms of the incentive part, there is no incentive for the Finnish departments in the first 2 months, and they got all the incentive in the March. But for the swimming team, they got the incentive all the production. When we export the data, we can find that there is no incentive for the Finnish team on the team 6 and the 7, but we can find the on the other chart. So the incentive is not the big reason to impact the Finnish department. So we can from the exploration, so we can conclude that for the Finnish department, so the task will be more important for them, and for the swimming department, so the incentive will be the more important for their team. So compared to the total incentive, of course, we can find that the Finnish department is just the half for the swimming department. But we can suggest the customer that maybe we can just to get the lower incentive for the Finnish department. We also suggest that so for the accurate, the number of the worker will increase their productivity. Like for example, for the swimming, the department, so the team 6 and the team 12, so they got the less worker, but they still will work. The performance is still good. And for the next part, for our future plan. Okay. At the beginning, when we proposed this, when we do the proposal, we have the plan to use the linear regression or the time series analyze model or the ARMI model for for the data, but after we do the exploration, so we decide to use the linear regression to export the data. So for the next part, the next part, we will use the linear regression. So use the SMV as the feature to do more export for the data. So this is what we did now. So for the we found that the SMV and the number of the worker have the positive correlation, and also the overtime and the idlement and the idle time. So we will more focus on this part in the next stage. And also, after we use the AI model, so we will use the AI model evaluation to evaluate if the data is accuracy and the precision. If not, we will recall again. So this is our presentation. Okay, thank you for the listening.